Hello there, and welcome to the Super Unicum guide for the Steel Titans beta. Today, I'll be having a look at what happens when Germans flee to the US. The subject of today is a VK30, or if you're a nerd, the VK30.01 Henschel. If you're a Jadus Maximus, you can also call it the Panzer IV or Sfarungaring. When I say this thing is the Panzer IV Goering, I mean it. 50mm all-around armor, complemented by the low-velocity KWK-37 from the Panzer IV. It's also thicker and wider, making it the first German heavy tank of the tech tree. This means that not only do you tank shells from most retards, you also delete them with your high-density Kruppstahl shells. Now, let's go over how to play the VK30. To play this thing, you should remember that you're a Panzer IV, and even if your armor is thicker, other tanks can still pen you, namely the Panzerjäger 1, the Panzer 3J, and other tanks that use the short 75mm. You can also be penned by 38TS with a PCR, although they do not do a lot of damage. Mind that only heat will pen you from long range, as your armor usually reaches 53mm due to the way it's angled, making the most dangerous shell, the APCBC, almost useless against you, except if you're up against a Stug 3F, in which case you better kill it or run away, because if that fucker simply looks at you it'll pen you harder than a Tiger pens a T-34-57. You have almost double the health of a Panzer IV, so if you both start to brawl you will likely come out on top, unless you activate War Thunder German player mode. Mobility is always tricky, as you weigh 32 tons, and have only 9 more horsepower compared to the Panzer IV-C. As of the time I'm making this video, the devs have said they'll rework the VK30 a bit, so if this suddenly becomes incorrect, it's Snapho's fault. Differently from the Soviet Heavy, the tank is actually good, although if the game was even 1% more realistic this thing would probably catch fire and break its own transmission on the start of the match. This was the Super Unicum guide for the Panzer IV Goering. Happy fun deleting every tank from existence, tanking every shot, and never fucking dying.